Hello dear Taurus, I'm Michaela. Welcome to my astrology channel Todayenergy. This video is for you, Sun, Moon and Rising sign Taurus, because it's gonna be the forecast, astrological forecast for you for the month of August. So let's dive in. Very important, once again, very important months for you because a lot of action happens in your first house. The first days of August, we have this triple conjunction between Mars, who always wants action, Uranus, who wants freedom and revolution, and the karmic north node, Rahu, who talks about your future development, not only yours, of all the world basically. And this conjunction happens at 18 degrees of your sign. So how important if you have your ascendant, your rising sign, or your sun or your moon in those degrees, you will feel it the most. So that might feel like an earthquake. Truly, you may be feeling it already from the end of July, the previous month. So maybe you feel like electrified. When you touch people, there is this static electricity going on between you. It's about nervous excitement. It's about wanting to act, wanting to change something. And of course, classically, first house talks about our image. It talks about our look. Talks about our physical body. So it's very important here. Maybe you're going on a diet, maybe you are introducing some modern technologies, special applications that are helping you to keep up with your exercises or your diet. Maybe you are discovering some ultra modernistic medical equipment that will help you for your health. Maybe suddenly you decide you want to get rid of old stagnant relationships, people, business deals, your participation in some organizations or corporations that you don't want to be there anymore. Because Uranus, remember, it's about the future. Maybe on the other hand, you are meeting such absolutely unique, interesting, maverick type of people, kind of genius people, or people who are into Uranian stuff like astrology, aviation, science, the space, or on the very like normal, common nowadays level, maybe you are interested in IT technologies, computer languages, learning some new online business skills, or you are meeting such people. The same day your ruler Venus from Cancer makes a sextile to this combo, which means I'm not worried for you, because normally, yes, I would say here be careful with electricity, with flying, with high places, be careful with your passwords online, because this is a time of also hackers attacks, but because your ruler is in a positive aspect, it means that you will be simply changing for the better yourself, changing yourself, your attitude towards life. Maybe you become more bold, maybe you become more eccentric, more brave, but also more authentic. Uranus here wants us to be true to ourselves. And because Venus is in your third house, so maybe we're talking about some unexpected news, unexpected trips, meetings with relatives or neighbors, some breakthroughs in your online business, especially if you do some if you launched recently some PR campaign or marketing campaign. Maybe those are the new skills that you want to learn. And of course, because it's a lot of yes, it's a lot of tension, it's a lot of desire to act, and first house, maybe it's good to invest it into, or direct all this impatient energy into sport activity, or learning astrology and new technology. One last thing I want to mention about it is that Mars rules, classically Mars represents your partners, business and private ones, personal partners. So mind you, if it's not about you that you feel so nervous and excited and you want to change, it might be your partners that are a little bit all over the place and are like these bunnies on Duracell batteries. So be thoughtful about their nervous excitement. On one hand, the planets wants us to act. On the other hand, On the other hand, they say not too fast, not yet, because on the 7th of August, Mars in your first house squares retrograde Saturn in your 10th house. So of course we talk here about your own ambitions, about your communication and relationships with your superiors, managers, bosses, or your parent, one of your parents, maybe father. So you want to change something in your life, you want to act, maybe you want to achieve more, but at the same time there is this fear. At the same time you're asking yourself, or someone is asking yourself the question, are you ready? Are you sure? Do you have enough skills, enough knowledge, enough experience, or do you need more time to reach this goal? Do you need more time to prepare? You might want to watch on my channel. There is a previous video I made about retrograde Saturn. It's gonna last till the autumn, and it's pretty important because it's in your 10th house. So my video is very thorough. It's about Saturn itself and every zodiac sign, how it affects it, but in your case Saturn is affecting you quite a lot in your 10th house. So seems like you want change, you want status, you want to be seen as the boss, the leader, the competent person, but it's so much responsibilities, it's so tiring even possibly for you. You have to act so much and even possibly fight for it. But Saturn being retrograde now says patience. Patience, reassessment, and preparation for the big move. On the 4th, Mercury goes into Virgo, and for you that's your 5th house. So we talk about a lot of pleasant communication with your loved ones, with your children. Maybe you're traveling somewhere with a partner and kids. Maybe you're meeting some special person and love comes to your life. It's about a lot of negotiations about your business, if you have such, and about your hobby. By the way, you might become interested in something mercurial, which might be cars, vehicles, books. Maybe you want to open a book club, reading club. It might be something about social media. Maybe you're opening a blog online. So Mercury in 5th house can give you popularity. On the 9th, we have a tough day, and especially for you, because your ruler Venus in Cancer is opposing Pluto in Capricorn. Now, classically, that's a very traditional axis. It talks about children and parents, about the emotions and ambitions. Venus usually represents women and money, finances. And Pluto is big money, big power, business, banks, corporations, government, mafia as well. So on this day or around the 9th of August, in a public space, we might hear news about strong women, about women in business and politics, or unfortunately also about women who suffered some control issues, power struggles, violence. Pluto is all these taboo topics that are not very pleasant to admit, but Pluto, right? I said. Pluto is about this hidden shadow things of person and of the society as well. Whoa, so yeah, a day in which I would recommend you to be careful with people in power, in authority, especially if you're a student and you attend university, or there is some teacher particularly, or a guru that normally you trust. On this day, these people might misuse their power and you might feel pressured, controlled, manipulated, oppressed by someone who normally you look up to, who normally you admire and respect. I'm saying this because for you it's the 3rd, 9th house axis. Of course, at the same time, we can talk here about big financial possibilities, because Pluto is business and Venus, right, it's money. So maybe good income from your touristic business, international business, something related to trades or to internet activity. What else? Well, maybe you are reaching some culmination of your studies. maybe there is an exam, big exam day, or big presentation day, because ninth house is popularity, so that's your public image. And here again, you might want to be careful, because Pluto here is like the detective with a magnifying glass. It's time to see the truth, and it might be about you. So maybe you are going on a stage to inspire others, or to present yourself as the person who already has the skills, the knowledge, and now you become already a professional. And maybe you publish something online, or a book, or maybe you have some press conference if you are in politics or into show business as well. Here can be boosted. Now I would suggest you remembering what have you planned, what have you seeded as intentions, or what have you started in your life between December 2021 and March this year. Those are several months in which Venus was retrograding through Capricorn, and she conjunct Pluto 3 times. That's a big deal, I would say. And this conjunction was like a new moon. And now Venus opposes Pluto, so it's like a full moon. So you came to some fruition, to some culmination of a process that you possibly started back then. And it might be related to travels, to studies, to online business and activities. Maybe you were about to open a website, or to start a promotional campaign for your profession, for your business. Maybe you were dealing with some court trials, with some documents, papers to relocate. Maybe you were studying languages, and now you see where you are standing. Possibly it's a culmination, so you're reaping the rewards of your efforts, or maybe you are deciding that you call it quits, that it's enough for you, and you change your plans. On the 11th, your ruler Venus goes into Leo. So if the last month you felt a bit more like Cancer, a bit more cozy and emotional, and all about the family and close people, and looking for security and stability with them, now it's time to shine, yeah, because Leo is all about being on the public, on the stage, basically, being a bit too dramatic. So be careful with the drama queen mode. But also it's about being childish, having fun and enjoying life, being joyful, playful, and possibly bossy. Also, Leo is your 4th house. So Venus in the 4th talks either about investment of money into your property and family, or receiving income from your property, maybe renting a house, selling a house, maybe beautifying a house, doing some repairs so your home looks nicer. Lovely time with your family and with your parents, and maybe meeting a love during some family gathering. On the 12th, we have a full moon at 19 degrees of Aquarius. That's your 10th house. You will feel it the most is if your MC, the special point from which your 10th house starts, and it's like sensitive, it's activated if it's in or around 19th degree. So of course full moons mean culminations, endings, rewards, achievements. It's like the moon during the full moon, it's a projector that shines onto you. 10th house is the most public area of our horoscope, and here you are on a public stage, and the moon here conjuncts Saturn retrograde. So maybe you receive a higher position, or your status changes in a sense that you get too tired and you quit your job, but you receive the due rewards for your accomplishments. Maybe you receive several salaries. So do people when they quit, or when they go, when they retire, right? If you work for the government and you retire, then you kind of receive like 5 salaries at once, I think. Maybe of course you become a boss, a manager, maybe you open your own business, even though Saturn is retrograde. So there is something about the past, maybe going back to some old profession or old professional aspiration and dream. Maybe you'll have to be patient while your superior quits their job, so you can go and occupy their position. Maybe some rules, maybe your directors change, someone new comes, the old people are going away. And at the same time, the luminaries do square Uranus and the North Node in your first house. So there is a big impatience for you internally to change, to show your skills to the world, to say to the world, hey, look at me, that's the real me, that's what I can do, that's what I can, how I can be helpful to others, that's how I want to change. Talking about first and 10th house, it's about your status. Like status is about married, divorced, engaged, a parent, a grandparent. So maybe there will be news about children, pregnancy, or possibly even separation. But separation in a sense of liberation, because that's what Uranus wants, you to be free and happy. On the 18th, there is a beautiful day for you because Venus trines Jupiter. So you feel definitely happy, satisfied, lucky, optimistic, renowned, famous, and maybe you are meeting some special person in your life because Jupiter signifies husband in a female chart. In your case, it's between 4th and 12th houses, so it's happiness at home or having holidays somewhere, going somewhere on an island or to an exotic country to have a good relax. Possibly also if you work with spirituality, with psychology, then it's a good breakthrough, psychologically speaking, liberation from something from the past, or finding out that your guardian angel is always with you, you're loved no matter what, your ancestors love you, because 4th house is parents and people from our from our tribe, from our dynasty, from the family, and 12th house is even past lives and everything from previous generations even, so you might get this support from them. Or meet someone special from abroad, or go back home to family reunion. Work online from home can be very pleasant on the 18th. On the 20th, Mars goes into Gemini, activating your 2nd house of work, of income, of your values, your self-esteem, and Mars is a very ambitious, active planet. Of course, it's also a fighty planet, so maybe you will be fighting for your salary, fighting for your work. Maybe your work is related to Marsian topics, if it's something about police or firemen, or engineering, then you might be very successful, not only these 2 months, because normally Mars is 2 months in each sign, but because in autumn he will be retrograding in Gemini, overall he will stay here 7 months. That's a lot, till the next year, basically 2023, the beginning of the year. So you have a lot of time to fight for your values, to fight for better income, better salary, better job, to be very proactive at work. Maybe you go freelancing, with Uranus in your 1st house, it's about being independent and self-sufficient. Also use this time not to fight and argue with someone at work, but better for health, for exercise, for shaping your body, and for cleaning your home from stuck old belongings. 2nd house is what we hoard, how we feel materially secured. So in this case, Mars wants to have a summer cleaning here, or actually 7 months of cleaning, revising what you need and what you don't need. Also, it's good for people who work as singers, presenters on the stage, because Mars can give you more power to your throat chakra, to your voice, but be careful not to be bitey, like argumentative with people, with your voice, with your words. You can hurt people with words during this 7-month transit. On the 23rd, the Sun goes into Virgo, so the Sun is like life, attention, respectful people, teachers, and the attention goes into Virgo, your 5th house, so hobby, business, children, love. Maybe you will meet someone who later will become your spouse, because Sun as well as Jupiter could represent a husband, for women, just pure joy with children. Maybe you are deciding to have a child with your partner, or alone by yourself as well, possible. On the 24th, Uranus stations to go retrograde, so as if the planet does not move, it's hanging in the same degree on the sky, but unlike Mercury, it does not change direction so quickly. Uranus is a far away, slow planet, so we feel Uranian energies in the air for the last 10 days of August at the very least. And Uranian energies can be about riots, revolutions, protests. It can be about genetics and science, the space and astrology, astronomy and astrology, in the public space, I mean. Possibly it's about some revolutions and protests because of food, because of products and supplies, and some changes in the earth and production of food, especially what brings us bread, you know. But in your case, Uranus stations at the 18th degree of your sign. Again, 18th degree, very much you will feel it if your rising sign or sun or moon is around these degrees. That's your first house. So around the 23rd, 24th, last 10 days of August, be careful, because you might want to burn bridges. You might want to rebel just out of boredom, just out of the desire that you need to rebel against someone or something. So be thoughtful whether you do it due to a real reason, that you are fed up of being controlled, oppressed, like by Pluto earlier, remember, and you need to go your own authentic way, and it was time to do it. You were stuck for so long. Or distinguish it from the desire just to, you know, just to have fun and just to escape from responsibilities. That wouldn't be good, you know, because then at the last days of the month, 27, 28, your ruler Venus opposes Saturn in the 10th. So Venus in the 4th wants the time with family at home, to take care of, you know, your family members, your kids, your parents. Saturn is the responsibilities, maybe about them, maybe responsibility as a parent, responsibility to clean, to repair, restore and sell your property and move on, right? And this opposition comes up like in a triangle. The focal point, the upper point, is Uranus in your first house. So you might say, I cannot stand it anymore, I give up, I go away. You might pack your things and go abroad overnight. You might shock and surprise your relatives, parents, family, your colleagues, co-workers. So just be thoughtful, because remember, the final resolution about all of this will come in September, when Uranus will square Saturn for the last time. There will be the big showdown between these two big guys. You know, because we drag these energies, we feel their squares already for a year and a half, since 2021. But coming back, by the way, to the late of the months, on the 26th of August, Mercury goes into your 6th house, into Libra. So it's about communications at work. Talk to your colleagues, talk to your employees. Maybe you're hiring some people to help you, to work for you. Maybe you're performing some job interviews. Or also 6th house, health. So health-wise, maybe you're doing some examination of your health, talking to doctors, choosing the clinic, doing some exercises, small but often. That's the Mercury style. Also by 6th house, it's about daily tasks and things we must take care of, kind of problems to solve. And by Mercury, they might be small problems, but multitasking. You will be required here to do this, do that for a couple of hours, take care of these people, take care of the office. Maybe you're teaching some new colleagues your work, right? So that might be a lot of tasks. And on the 27th, we have a new moon in your 4th house. No, sorry, the new moon is at 4 degrees of Virgo, which is your 5th house. So news from your children or news about children, new love, new hobby, new inspiration, new passion awaits for you. The same day, the luminaries square Mars in your 2nd house. You might be prone to impulsively spending money for your loved ones or kids or your own inner child. But at the same day, the ruler of this new moon, Mercury, trines Mars. So overall, Mercury in beautiful aspect to Mars talks about sharp mind, good, clear view on the things, understanding on what's going on, assertiveness, but not rudeness, not aggression, but expressing yourself very clearly and understanding people clearly as well. So that's great, and for you, that's a trine between your 6th and 2nd houses. So awesome time for business negotiations, teaching someone or learning something professional about your work, resigning contracts, collecting documents, whatever is needed for work process, and also probably renegotiating or negotiating your income, your salary. And yeah, I already mentioned the end of the month can be a little bit more intense for you because you might feel controlled, you might feel that there is not understanding or criticism by someone elder, parent, or boss at work, and you might be keen to just explode, just strike like a lightning, suddenly, Uranian style. I quit, here is my resignment. But be careful, Taurus. Whatever needs to come to your life, of course, is coming, but be reasonable and wait for the autumn as well. So thank you so much for watching, liking, sharing my videos. I hope you find them interesting and helpful for you, this monthly forecasts. Thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. I see our community is slowly but surely growing, and that's a big pleasure for me. I'm very happy. And I wish you a wonderful, interesting, beautiful month of August. Take care of yourself, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.